the beginning of the semester, York College closed its doors of the H-wing to students. What used to be the library has now been transformed into offices, space for the hospital police recruits, and the nursing program. However, closing the H-wing of the library has caused quite a stir amongst the students.
Now that it's closed, I think we had about 15 or so computers in that area that have been moved into the more crowded library part. It kind of frustrates me as a student.
On their part, I think it wasn't really a good idea.
I personally think it's not a good idea to close any part of the library because it's needed and the school is congested.
Start me over. While the administration...
Well, first of all, the H-wing was not closed.
Well,
The H-wing has been redeployed its use, and I can give you some background. The background has two main components to it. One related to a consultant who we brought in a year ago on those places. And we asked him essentially to help us do two things. Help us figure out how we might consolidate the library services and help us understand how we can consolidate the library services with a view to using some of the space now in the library for other college services. He gave us some recommendations. We took some of those recommendations with regard to consolidating, reorganizing some of the library services, and with regard to consolidating with a view to making some of that space, which happened to be in the H-wing, available for other uses.
While the administration is worried about less office space, some students are more concerned about less study space.
Because of the closing, the library has become more crowded now. There's hardly seats to study, and then also when you find a seat, a lot of kids are making noise and not considerate. They're talking. Some of them are on their phones. Some of them are playing music loud. I've heard it in the study areas also. So yes.
Now it's like, this little section is being taken away from us. We barely have enough space as it is to study. They took away study till midnight for midterms and finals. They're doing, we had all these services given to us, but now they're being taken away. I want to know why. Is it because we have no funding? Because if anything, I know there are probably a few students that's willing to volunteer time to keep places open in student government.
Stephen Tyson, the director of the tutoring center, he believes that students should sacrifice now to reap the long-term gain.
That's probably a realistic complaint, but you have to think forward to. Not because you are not benefiting for it does not mean that it's not good for the entire community later on. And it may be a selfish act, yes, but if you look further on, it's going to benefit everybody. And I assume that everyone who is at York and who is graduating from York and who is going to remain at your community, whether you are part of the alumni association or whatever, or even to go outside and brandish the name, I'm a York College student, will be proud to have something that is going to be better than when they are here, or when they were here. And that's going to happen.
At this point, the changes are inevitable, so students at York College should be prepared for even more changes.